Boys, men,
Comrades, brethrens.
take a deep breath. Get ready for action. You see how I look at the watch this time?
You know,
Yeah.
when you look at the watch, you gotta like shake it so everybody else looks at it. You know. Like, oh.
All right, y'all.
Flex.
Welcome to the party, baby.
Let's go.
Episode 4. Right? Yeah, episode 4.
Episode 4.
We're already climbing our way up to 10, baby.
4 is big.
Hell yeah.
4 is a big number.
Except this time, we're happy to welcome our first guest, baby.
Thank you.
Romello Duke.
Thank you for having me on.
Hell yeah,
I appreciate
bro.
It.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Ocala's
There's only
own.
one Romello in this town. So
Only
Yeah.
my homeboys call me Rome. That's like one of our favorite quotes from Too Fast, Too Furious. I think we told you that one the first time we met you.
maybe.
Yeah,
Might
it
have went
is.
over my head.
We did tell you.
I 100% that fact.
Because we definitely had that shit on.
Really?
We had to have.
Only my homeboys call me
And
Rome.
then the, just forget about it, cuz.
I said I was hungry. Now we hungry. Now, Too Fast, Too Furious was one of the movies that we used to play religiously at like the first barbershop we were at.
Really?
For a good stretch, like at least once a day.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Used to be?
Used to be.
That's disrespectful.
It's still
Listen,
fire.
The thing with that, we could kind of go down a little rabbit hole with that whole series. How do you feel about the newer movies? Do you
they're
like-
trash.
Fuck those movies.
Yeah.
I think I gave up after I saw like The Rock punch the ground and it like cracked, and I was like, bro,
Damn, that happened? That was on some
Awesome.
Hancock,
It was-
Hancock
yeah.
shit?
It was
On some
crazy. I was
Black
like,
Adam
oh,
shit.
nah,
Yeah,
bro.
hell yeah.
That's
This
crazy.
ain't it.
Well, anyway, man, we really appreciate you coming. You've been a client of mine for a couple months now, right?
Absolutely.
At least maybe what, 4 or 5 months, maybe
think a
something
little
like
bit
that.
longer.
Yeah.
A little
Well,
bit
we
longer.
started 6 months ago.
Yes.
And you first came to me at about the beginning, so let's call it 6 months. We'll
Absolutely.
round it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you got a whole operation that you got going on. We're here to appreciate you coming to frequent and patron our establishment. But
Absolutely.
your business is in fitness, man. Keeping that body
Let's
shredded.
talk about the real reason you're here and the Instagram clout we're about to get off.
Like, yeah,
Nah,
I know the
man,
real reason why you're invited.
Nah,
yeah,
bro,
yeah,
you-
right. All his people are gonna be like, they ain't talking about working out, man.
No. Barbers? They don't
Yeah, yeah.
fucking work out.
They
Look at
ain't-
this scrawny motherfucker.
No.
You know the last podcast, bro?
How dare you.
The last podcast we were talking about fucking hitting some push-ups before fucking being on
Oh, we
camera.
didn't do it.
We didn't do it.
Should we
And
do
then
it right
this
now?
time
Do
we
it right now.
No,
We're doing it
definitely.
together.
It might fuck
This
the
time we
lighting up.
had to, bro, because luckily he's not wearing like short sleeves, but
Nah,
bro's
bro.
I'll do
arms
10
is
push-ups
going
right
crazy.
now. Don't
You
try
do
me,
10?
bro. No, could I do
I
10?
don't know.
You look surprised.
That's fucked up.
Get
No,
him.
Hit the 10. Hit the 10. Count them out. 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5.
10, 8. Damn. Those are the Air Force push-ups, bro.
Yeah, right.
Nah, y'all don't break 90 in the Air Force.
Damn, bro.
Don't be hating on me, son. No, I'm sweating.
Good work, good
check
work.
him
We
out.
got the
You're
pump. We
already
got the
warm.
pump. We're ready.
What happened to the fan? We turned the fan off.
No, we're ready.
Really,
We're
you
ready.
want
Want the
now?
fan?
No, we're good.
No,
should
we're
put the
pumping
fan.
now.
We're good
Nah,
now.
fuck it, I'm too
Nah,
good
you
for
hot now. You got
Ooh.
We're
We got some
back.
air, baby. We active
back.
on this podcast.
We
I
are.
got up twice in the first, what?
Oh,
2
we're
minutes,
good.
bro.
It's
We
nice.
good.
You definitely rolling.
So, where do we start, man?
Nah,
I
man.
have a couple questions. Unless, wait, what were you gonna say? Because I know what I'm saying.
I want him to at least introduce himself. Tell us what you do.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are,
Absolutely,
and
man.
then the question's gonna pop off.
All right. Well,
Interview style. I'm over here like, you hear me? Go ahead.
My name is, if you don't know me, there's probably people that are going to watch this that don't know me. I'm Romello Duke. Some of the things that I do is motivate a lot of the people, the younger community here in Ocala, I'd say, and not even just in Ocala. I would say, you could even kind of go crazy and say worldwide, right?
Right.
Just because of the reach that I do have.
Yep.
But
How many followers do you have now?
probably about 112.
112.
112.
He got the exact follower
About
amount.
112.
If I was up there, I'd fucking 112, 50, 58.
It's about to be
Yeah,
113.
exactly.
I don't know. I haven't checked in like 2 minutes.
It's-
Probably 59.
No, I
60
check.
by
I
now.
check quite often. But it was stagnant for a little bit, but that's some of the things that happen while growing on social media. You know, there's ups and downs when it comes to it. But all in all, I don't really care about followers too much. Obviously, it does like show my hard work paying off, seeing that I do have followers and I do have an audience seeing my stuff. It tells me that I'm doing the right thing. But also at the same time, it's more than that because you don't have to have a shit ton of followers. You don't have to have a bunch of people following you and, you know, subscribe to your YouTube channel or whatever the case may be to have an actual impact on people around you. And, you know, I see a lot of accounts that have, let's just say 1,000 followers and they have a huge impact, a lot more impact than people that have a lot of followers, because you could have a lot of followers, but if you're not doing anything impactful and teaching them to do things or encouraging good habits, things of that sort, what are you really doing it for? You know, and I think we've kind of talked about this before, like using a platform in a positive way.
For sure.
Right?
Definitely.
And that's what I try to do, and especially with the fitness. So me personally, I help people because a big problem here in America is people that are overweight. And not even just overweight. People are just not in shape and just not really educated or they never really took the time to get educated on, you know, fitness in a sense. So for me, posting daily workouts helps motivate people. Me being that person that records in the gym helps motivate people. I have people that come up to me that are, you know, let's say 17 years old, for instance. This is like 2 days ago. A 17-year-old kid came up to me. He's like, hey, man, like, I see you recording here. Like, I kind of want to do it. Like, I don't know if I want to do it. I'm like, bro, who's stopping you?
Fucking
like,
do it.
Send it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Why?
So,
why not?
Exactly. And I understand where a lot of them come from because me personally, when I first started recording, a lot of people like have excuses, you know, where I don't want to record until I get a camera. I don't want to record until I get the mic. I don't want to record until I'm at this point.
Yep.
I don't want to do what I want to do until I'm at this point. And a lot of people, they never do it because they never really get to that point, right? So, you know, being able to show a lot of these kids that you're able to just send it and not give a shit what other people think about you. When I first started recording in, I'd say 2021. I first made my account at the end of 2020. And I went to...
Damn, that's it? 2 years, bro?
Crazy growth.
That's it.
That makes me feel bad, bro.
No, don't.
Not
because
for
like
real,
when you're consistent.
I wasn't doing it.
We'll go into kind of growing.
Right. Yeah, no, that's right.
The thing is like we'll go into
consistent.
like growing a social media as well. But I would say me going to... So if you're not familiar with like the bodybuilding scene, not everyone is, and I'm not even really.
Come on, bro. Look at me. You can't tell.
you
Of course,
tell?
I know about the bodybuilding.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, fuck, bro. You're about to hop on stage for sure. But they had here in Orlando, they had Mr. Olympia. So they brought that down here. Usually it's in Vegas every single year. But with the pandemic, they brought it here in Florida just because a little more lax COVID rules, things of that sort. So if you're military, you got free tickets to go. So actually someone came up to me in the gym, was like, hey, bro, are you into bodybuilding? I'm like, no. Like, I don't really follow the shit. I don't really care. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, that's not my sport that I enjoy doing. Like, I like working out, but I don't like fucking taking steroids and fucking starving myself and shit.
Right.
Like, that's just not for me, right? And I'm not saying, like, I'm not talking shit on that sport at all, in a sense, just because, you know, a lot of people do enjoy it, but a lot of people use that sport as clout, as in a sense as well. They don't really enjoy doing that sport. They just do it because they think, okay, if I bodybuild and I go get an IFBB Pro card, you know, I'm gonna go get a sponsor.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't really even enjoy it in a sense, right? And I promote healthy shit.
Yep, natural.
Natural, right?
Yep.
Natural shit. I don't promote go hop on steroids, right? If you want to do that, go.
I mean, it's
ahead.
personal choice.
A personal choice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop you.
There's a lane for that.
Exactly.
It's not
my lane, though.
Yeah,
your
yeah.
lane.
Not my lane.
Like, I don't think people should do crack, but
No.
if you choose to
If you
do
wanna
so,
do it, I can't
do
stop you. You know what I'm
I'm about freedom, bro.
Exactly.
America.
There's
Right.
some
You know
what I'm saying?
consequences, though.
So for me, you know, I went to Mr. Olympia, and, you know, just being able to see a lot of the athletes there was motivating in a sense, because I was like, damn, a lot of these people do have like sponsorships and they have clout on social media and they post their workouts, and I'm like, that's kind of fucking cool. Let me start posting some of my workouts, right? So I would say right after that, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I used to post a lot of my workouts on my personal account.
Right.
Just my personal account that I put like regular photos on and things of that sort. So with that being said, a lot of the people that followed me for, you know, regular content. They didn't really follow me to see fitness shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going
Right.
to ask. Like, how long have you actually been working out consistently?
I would say consistently?
Yeah.
So I first started working out in 2012. 2018 was like the first year I ever worked out, and that just pretty much came from deploying to Okinawa. So like when you first go to Okinawa and you're on Camp Schwab, you can't really leave base for like the first, like there's an extended period of
So
time.
you just grinding.
So you just fucking, all you could do is go to the beach on base, or you could go to the gym.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like underweight, to be honest, and like just probably, and I'll say and be vulnerable. I was like insecure in the way I looked. I didn't like that my fucking clothes fit baggy as fuck. I didn't like being skinny as fuck because I've always been like my whole life very
was like, bro, I
underweight
gotta
and
get in the
short. I was like,
fucking
bro,
gym.
like,
Something
fuck,
gotta work for me.
I gotta do something.
Yeah, I got to get fucking abs, bro.
It's crazy. So I was like, you know what, man, I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And it's weird how the universe works, right? The roommate that I had when I was there was very big into working out. And he actually had a fitness account, which before like that was a thing. Like before like fitness accounts were big on social media, like he did that.
Okay.
And like
Pioneer.
it was crazy. So like he had sponsors and everything, and like he had a fucking legit camera, and he'd be like, bro, can you take pictures of me? I was like, fuck yeah. So like I was able to learn from him, like, okay, this man is working out, like I'm gonna learn like his workouts that he does, like were they the most optimal? Like probably not, but like it got me in the gym, and like I was able to see a lot of progress within the first like 2-3 months, and I was like, damn, bro. So that was like the first step of me being able to see when you put your mind to something and you actually put the work behind it, you're gonna see results. And that's literally like what manifestation is. Like I saw an image in my mind, like this is what I want to look like, and then I did the work to back it up,
Right.
And it actually occurred. And you know, just that happening was able to change my perspective on a lot of things in life, not only just fitness, but just like business and maybe even relationships and just lifestyle in general. Because like when you're able to put your mind to something and actually work towards it, you're going to see a change.
One thing I'll say on that note for sure is I always end up whenever I'm talking about. So just to give you a quick history on my bodybuilding or workout history, which I know some of y'all are laughing. Fuck you, Gonzo. He's laughing right now.
Very lackluster
It's
career.
funny though, because I always show people a picture of me like from like 10 years ago, and they always like, what? There's no way that's you, right?
Bro was yoked.
It was at one point in time, and that's only thanks to a homie that I met in the military also.
Yeah.
He's the one who convinced me. I remember the day that we were at PT early in the morning. It was like 5-6 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, he was a real, like a big dude, you know what I'm saying? You would, if you saw him, you would think he takes steroids,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact he doesn't. I don't know about now, but probably not. He's in the military, so I doubt it. Not that matters, right? Is that illegal
No.
in the military?
Them
You allowed to
motherfuckers
do
do
it?
it in there.
Unspoken rule. Like,
Unspoken rule, yeah. But I mean,
you're not supposed to.
technically legal.
You're technically not supposed to, but there's a lot of people that do. And
Yeah,
like,
I
what are
feel
they
you.
gonna say? Like, they don't have the fun.
We don't want you to be strong.
We don't want you to be big.
Fuck
Like,
outta
nah,
here.
they don't give a fuck.
So we were working out one morning, and he was like, yo, come work out with me tomorrow. But he was talking about come work out with me tomorrow morning before PT.
No.
Like before our group PT, like come work out for real before this little warm up, lackadaisical shit. So anyway, I was like, 4 a.m. He wanted to be at the gym 4 a.m. I'm like, bro, you're wilding. But he was super cool, and I had nothing better to do. So I was like, whatever, man. Like, let's see what it is, right? And he was the one who ended up. I had worked out a little bit before with my friends Chris and stuff, but never like took it seriously.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And finally, when he made me do that, or he talked me into it, he started to kind of be my motivator, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
my workout buddy, and it was a cool project for him because he's been serious about bodybuilding,
Yeah.
and now he has like a protege or somebody to see how he can work on my progress, you know what I'm saying?
How can I get this skinny motherfucker? How can I get this big motherfucker big?
So that's what he did, man, and he put me on the. I might have to throw a clip on there for people who are like laughing.
Throw it
and
up,
don't
throw it
believe
up.
me. You know what I'm saying? But and the difference is that I was like almost 100 pounds more than what I am now. Maybe like 80, 70 pounds more than what I am now. And the what you were talking about, the consistency and the work and the progress, I saw all of that, and that was super dope.
Yeah.
Something like 10 years later now, I can say looking back that I enjoyed those experiences. I enjoyed everything I learned. To get to the point, what I was going to say is what I learned through that process, and even still today, is that all of the principles that guide you through perfecting or progressing, better yet, through working out your physical fitness, whether it's bodybuilding, strength lifting, or powerlifting, anything like that, physique, which is still it's into bodybuilding, right? Physique is anyway, not the point.
It is.
But regardless, those principles apply to everything in life, bro.
100%.
Like that's the one thing that I've done over years that I've realized like that mentality literally applies to every single thing. The patience, the grind, the battle with yourself, the discipline in knowing that, man, you know, today I'm not really feeling it, but I know I have to, and I know it's going to be worth it, and I'm going to feel better. All of that. Good?
We're good.
Yeah.
At, low battery.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me fix that real quick. But yeah, and that's what I learned. And then in terms of how much work, I know how much work it takes to be as big as I was at that point.
Yeah.
And that's too much for my lifestyle.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not too much that I'm not willing to do it. It's just what I'd have to sacrifice to be in the gym as much as I was and eat the way I was.
100%.
I feel better now, even though I prefer looking the way I looked.
Yeah.
I feel so much better now, and I just hate that it's skinny, but it is what it is.
The thing is, though, you have to think about like bodybuilders in a sense. Like, they are not healthy. They are not healthy. Like, you're taking steroids, you're eating like a shit ton of food. Like, you are not as healthy as your body portrays. Like, your insides just aren't like.
But they have to eat that much, though.
They do to get that big.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, to get that look. It's
like for me, like I enjoy working out because it releases endorphins. I feel fucking good. It's like almost a meditation to me. Like, I feel fucking good. It is. Like, I go there and I'm in a way better mood, bro. Like, I feel fucking great if I go to the gym. Right. Yep. And a lot of people, they go to the gym and they get stressed out because they're like, you know, oh shit, you know, I don't look good enough. People start getting body dysmorphia, which is normal, you know, in a sense. But like, the bodybuilding sport, in a sense, is like, it's toxic because you have like everyone that bodybuilds. I don't give a fuck. They're all on something, right? Yeah. And it's just not healthy. It's just not. So like, I promote healthy shit. I promote healthy lifestyle. Healthy workouts, healthy fucking everything. Eat good, fucking, you know. But a lot of them are just very unhealthy, and their habits and their demeanor, their mindset, everything that comes with it is unhealthy.
You could say the same for barbers. You could say the same. I find these conversations, right? Usually, whatever you're really into, like for you, it's fitness. We're obviously barbers.
Yeah,
I've experienced it in other avenues with other people as well. EJ with art, talking about artists. It really doesn't matter what arena you're discussing. There is insecurities and toxicities regardless, right? And the only difference is that it's the people that you were paying mind to.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're always, no matter what you're doing, you're going to see, oh man, this group of people is not, same thing with the military.
Yeah.
Man, when I joined the military, I thought it was going to be like this. I thought it was, the camaraderie was going to be crazy. You know, I thought there's so much stuff that you think is going to be different. And then you realize people don't change. Generally speaking, in terms of like a giant group of people, they're going to be pretty much be the same. When you go to middle school, you always have the certain cliques. You always have the certain personalities. When you go to high school, when you go to college, when you go to your first workplace, when you go to the military, those scenarios and categories don't really change. Yeah. It's just how well you can navigate through those situations. So it's not like you're not always going to encounter those people. Those aren't the people to be worried about.
100%.
And the people who are insecure, or maybe they have a little bit of narcissism or an ego, right?
Yeah.
Those are going to be the people who are projecting that the most, because, and also the ones who are trying to call others out, because that's the first thing on their mind, because they know that they're like that. And they're not willing to accept their own lower or less favorable qualities. Yeah. And that's actually one of the questions I was going to bring up to you guys today. Well, to you today, more specifically. Okay. Which I'll switch it for your field also. Okay. But what I was... let me finish that thought. It was simply that people don't usually really take the time to analyze their own traits and qualities objectively, without, knowing that, okay, this may not be my most favorable quality or trait, but I know it's there. I know it's very persistent in my life and experience. Then you can make the decision. Once you acknowledge that you have that,
you have to.
Now you can make the decision to change it, or to move it more in this direction or this direction. Yeah. But until you say, damn, I do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You just got to own up to it.
Yeah, and awareness, right? Yep. So the first question is, for you, Gonzo, what is your worst quality as a barber?
Ooh, worst quality as a barber. I think we talked about it in the last episode, was more consistency with my time and my schedule. As a barber, or more of a trait of while I'm behind the chair.
Okay. Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking you.
So I'm asking, if I ask you about your barbering business and how you run it, what is the one thing about how you run your barbering business that you dislike the most? Like that is something that you're doing, not like not like something that you can't control, but like it comes from you and you have to change it. Like,
Gotcha. Yeah, definitely. Not that I have to change it, but more I know what the worst part is, my schedule.
Okay.
I'm not able to be here as consistent as a regular barber would, like you are. I'm not here like that. So I think my schedule and my time and fitting into clients that need to be in that spot are my downfall, or is my worst trait in barbering. Because everything else is, I feel like I conduct business properly as it should, as a barber. I communicate very well. And then I execute properly as well, and pretty well. I think my cut's pretty fine.
Okay, so I accept that answer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it a step further, only because I feel like that's not really your fault. Like you have a whole nother career and you're just balancing that.
Yep.
So I'm talking about just strictly you being a barber. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be skills, technical haircut, but that you can't, that's not really your fault.
So second would probably be content.
Okay.
Shooting content, making that time in between, fitting that in between all the things, what we have to do whenever we're cutting the hair, filming the content, making sure you got the right angles, getting better at that. That's probably the best. What I need, the worst part of what I do right now. But that's aside from being a barber too. So that doesn't even answer your question fully.
No. That's better. I would take that better because
maybe time management. I could put all that in a time management and just being better with my time as a barber.
Fair, and I'll just piggyback off that because my worst quality is I guess I could lump it into time management also, but more specifically, it's that I'm very often a few minutes late.
Ooh.
Like not like a lot of terrible barbers where it's like
but that's pretty common in our industry, in the service industry, as a barber as well. You got to
It is, and I'm interested as a client, right, to hear his perspective because I don't think that I'm not really talking about like throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously there are a lot of different variables and factors while you're cutting people's hair and servicing people that may throw you off by a few minutes. But I shouldn't be a few minutes late to my first appointment of the day. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't. And I know that I am often, not 100%, but pretty close. Yeah. And it's not bad. You know what I mean? I think it's bad. It's bad as it exists.
Gotta be early.
But I know that I'm not. However, I also don't get too hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that if that's the worst thing about all the stuff I got going on, and I'm not just barbering. Yeah. That's another thing. I am also aware if I was just barbering, I feel like it would be like, bro, that's horrible.
Yep.
But knowing all the other things that I have going on at the same time, that's the only thing I give myself a little bit of leeway with. What do you think about that?
And
as a client from a barber, yeah.
So
or anybody.
So the thing is like me personally, and my answer might be different than others, is when I schedule an appointment with you, I'm already I already blocked off a chunk of my day, already knowing that okay, I have free time in this space. Like for me, it might be different than someone that has like a 9-to-5 job where they're like a little more constricted with their time frame. With me, it's like I kind of have a little more leeway to where I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to schedule at this time because I know I'm going to fuck off for like 2 to 3 hours.
So we're going to be late.
So, I don't really give a fuck. I'm like, fuck it, I might be late too. Like honestly.
That's a very common answer. I ask a lot of people, right? Because I'm always very apologetic and I mean it, because I don't like to be late, but I just understand now that that's just a part of the business. Yeah. Aside from that first appointment.
But you've never been late though.
Not bad.
Like what? Like 5 minutes?
That's what I'm saying.
That happens though. That could be fucking traffic. You could stop at the store. Like I fucking come in here all the time a couple minutes late.
I know. And it doesn't bother me when y'all do it, but I just know as a business, I shouldn't, Yeah. But that's often a very common response I get, especially because we do appointments only, is people say, well, if I'm getting a haircut, bro, I've already blocked out a couple hours.
Yeah,
I'm not
because it's not like a walk-in, and we're not walking in here like, okay, like fuck, I need to get in and out in like 20. People that fucking schedule it off, they already have the shit blocked out today for the most part.
Plus, they know too if they've already been coming to us, they already know. Okay, the haircut usually takes this long. He may or may not be a little behind. They know I'm going to talk my ass off. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hold on, let me give an extra 30 just because he talks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have a couple clients who will book, and I'm like, let me just push this 30 minutes because I know it's going to be a little long.
It's going to be a long one, yeah. But also, if you're part of barbershop culture anyway, you know motherfuckers be late.
Oh,
it doesn't even matter if you're your first time.
It's like having a Puerto Rican friend.
Yeah. Puerto Ricans late, black people late. We're good.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of our culture.
So is being a Puerto Rican barber. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Being Puerto Rican and being a barber is part of our culture.
There's a little tradition going on there.
You got a motherfucker that knows how to cut hair, you know, knows how to cook a little bit. That's it.
Yeah. So what do you think, Romello, about the culture of barbering? I don't know what we haven't really talked. And actually, I think I did ask you when you first started coming to me about your history with barbering. Yeah. Did you tell me before that you didn't really have a consistent barber?
I never really, since I lived in Ocala, I've never had a consistent barber that I went to. I would say, what were you going to say? I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I have a bad habit of doing that because I get excited. I was going to say, did you before?
No.
Wherever? Okay.
No. So I never really had a consistent barber. Like, don't get me wrong, I would go to the same barber for maybe like 6 months at a time. But then it would be like, all right. Like,
you get bored.
It's not even really bored. Well,
they ain't hitting the spot right.
It's not hitting it right. Like okay, when you walk in here, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Right? The name is Elevate Barber, right? You come in here to elevate everything, not just your haircut. You come in here, you elevate your mind.
Let them know.
Talk
your shit.
Talk to him, bro.
Talk your shit, bro.
So you come in here, and it's a little bit different, right? I go to other barbershops, and it's almost like you're just another number. Get in the chair, I'm going to cut you real quick, and I'm going to fuck off on the side. And for instance, right, I'm not going to say other names of different barbers and shit, but, right, the last barbershop that I went to, you know, I would book with a certain barber, right? And, you know, when I get in the chair, there's certain expectations that I have in a sense. And I'm not some fucking asshole. Like, you can't do nothing, yada, yada. But
everybody has their thing. I
don't expect to fucking sit in the chair for an hour and a half because you are fucking walking outside and going on the phone. Or like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if me and you were having a conversation, it's way different because it's personal. We're talking back and forth. But if you're sitting there fucking off, like, fucking cutting for 2 seconds, hit like one little fade right here, and then put the clippers down, and then walk outside on the phone. It's like, bro, too much is going on, bro. Like, you know, and I come in here and I feel like it's personal. Like, I just know y'all, you know, it's like more of like a friendship, brotherhood when you come in here.
Hell yeah, bro.
When you go to other barbershops, it's more of like, get in here so I can get your money real quick. That's what it feels like.
We want your money
you
too,
don't feel
though.
appreciated. Yeah, we definitely still want your motherfucking money.
I don't blame you.
You're going to run them pockets.
But
if you're going to get the vibe.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you could definitely, and that's why I'm willing to come in here and pay more than what other barbers would charge. Because I'd rather fucking pay more and have a premium service all day.
Same.
And that should be like that in any type of service base, right? Because, you know, and that applies to fitness. That applies to any type of service that you provide. In a sense, as long as it's premium and you're doing the best job and you're doing better than everybody else around you, why would the person not want to pay to have something better?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's my opinion on it. I don't even really remember what the question was. I kind of went off a tangent.
No, it was just about like having barbers and what your experience of going to the barber has been.
Every other barber just don't really hit here, and they just because they don't have a culture, right? It's just more of just like a barber shop. You just fucking go in there. It's a barber shop. Get in, get out. We don't care if we see you. Like, I don't know I don't know what you're doing in life. I don't know, you know, your family member's name, your significant other's name. I don't know what your hobbies are. I don't know shit about you. You fucking come in here. I'm not going to say a word, and I'm just going to cut you and give me your money and get out. That's the vibe that I get from majority of barbers that I go to. And I come in here, it's completely different.
That's dope, bro. That people are getting exactly what we set out to do.
Most people understand that, and they just don't understand. They might not even know about you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, once we do more things like this and push out content and stuff like that, it's going to change, and it's going to either force people to leave the barbershops that they're currently at, or it's going to force the other barbershops to elevate.
Hell yeah, bro. And if we do that, we did our name, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We're there. Appreciate you fucking actually caring about the service beyond the cut.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, there are
people.
Bro.
You could give me a fucking mohawk on accident, bro, and I'm probably still coming here, bro.
Hell yeah.
It is more than just a haircut, and that's what we're trying to represent and emulate as well in this barbershop. Is more than just the haircut as a service, but on the other hand, there's other people that just want a fucking haircut.
Yeah.
You know, they're not looking for that personal experience or connection that you're looking for too. So that's your one thing that gets you going for a barber. It's like, oh, he cares. Oh, he's showing that he cares. but that's also part of the service
Absolutely.
too. You know, so you're one of those that actually like that. And then there's other people like, shut the fuck up, bro,
Yeah.
cut my hair.
Yeah.
You know, so other people, I wouldn't say that they don't appreciate the service as a whole, but they
100%.
might not appreciate our service or what we're trying to provide
Exactly.
because we're trying to give you an experience. We're trying to give you that brotherly love, and you feel comfortable. Other people are just, bro, I gotta fucking get a haircut, gotta
Yeah,
go. That's
absolutely.
why that's why sports clubs is
Yeah.
in business to this day.
Exactly.
Thriving.
Every